Disclaimer, this video is not meant to promote or glamorize drug use in any way. Its primary aim is to educate you about the dangers associated with these substances. Please refrain from engaging in any activities mentioned in this video. I repeat, please refrain from engaging in any activities mentioned in this video. Prednisone is ruining my life. On Halloween, I was placed on 60 millimole of prednisone for sudden onset hearing loss, and I was only supposed to be on it for max 2 weeks. But my body became dependent on it after 5 days, and when I tried reducing the dose, I went into psychiatric withdrawal. So I had to stay on it, much to the confusion of my doctors. Meanwhile, I had just gotten long COVID, but it was pretty mild. The prednisone turned it into MERCFS, and I became ultra severe in the span of weeks. It's been 4.5 months now, and I just keep getting worse and worse. I lost the ability to walk entirely in mid-November, like my abs are too weak to lift me up. So I've been stuck in a hospital bed 24/7 since then. I'm fully reliant on my parents for care and have to use a bedpan, because I crashed the last time I used a commode in November. I have PEM for more and more things, like turning over in bed, or hearing my dad's voice, or watching videos. I developed all the comorbidities, like CCI and POTS and MCAS. When I eat, my heart races, and I get brain fog, and it's so uncomfortable. I react to medications I've reliably taken for years. I react to things on my skin. Then the prednisone is still too high, and it's a nightmare. I'm on 43 milligrams and have Cushing's now because of it. My arms and legs no longer have muscle mass. My head hair is falling out, and I have hair everywhere else. My skin is loose and wrinkly. I have a moon face and am bloated. But when I try to reduce by even 2% of the dose, I go into withdrawal, which makes my MECFS worse. So I get worse both from being on the prednisone and from reducing it. My doctors don't understand and have labeled me as having a steroid dependency. I really don't know what to do. I spend every waking moment either crying or ruining the day I took this awful drug. I hate this bed. I hate my new body. I hate this new life of mine. I just want relief. I just want my old life back. I don't think I'll ever get used to this. I abused anabolic steroids, and it ruined my entire life. Don't know what can help. In the past, I've had some mild depression due to some physical reasons, like tinnitus and some anxiety. It never really led me to the point to get panic attacks and feel suicidal almost every day. I used very harsh anabolic steroids named trenbolone, which supposedly can cause Alzheimer's with very long-term use and can cross the blood-brain barrier. The weird thing in total is, I only used it about 10 weeks max in an entire year. I'm now just using TRT basically. I'm on a replacement dosage, 75 milligrams a week, which is even less than what doctors give people with low T. I've checked my bloods, everything is in normal range of my hormones, so I don't know what the fuck to do anymore. I'm suicidal. I'm scared to live with panic and depression my entire life. I'm scared for the future because I'm scared that maybe in the end, I don't handle it anymore, and I'll end it. Meanwhile, I have a very big phobia of dying, yet I take suicide as an option for last resort. I'm fucking scared. I'm scared SSRIs won't work. I'm scared medication won't work. Why do I feel fucking miserable? My life was pretty fine. I literally had panic attacks in a snap the other day. If I fucked up my brain chemistry, I just hope medication could at least help a bit. I'm unable to work. I don't even go to the gym anymore, because it seems pointless while I sometimes have suicidal feelings. A simple steroid injection 8 years ago is ruining my life. In 2011, I took a steroid injection. One time. Never had any sleep issues ever. And that night, I went 3 days with no sleep, then had micro-sleeps. My family got desperate and took me to a psychiatrist. He put me on Celexa and Zyprexa. Wasn't working, and I cut it cold turkey. Also gave me Abilify. I went 9 days awake. Lost everything. My days consisted of crying and crying on how this can happen to me at 21. Overnight, my life changed, and I was in denial. Sleep was still bad after getting admitted to the psych ward. Never slept there either. Finally, I started to fall asleep at 9 a.m. till 1 p.m. This went on for months. Then I tried smoking weed. It was like a small miracle. My sleep came back to me slowly, like nothing happened. 1 year passed and my sleep went away again. I decided to up my Celexa on my own. It worked, and still smoked weed. It's 2019 now, and I've had all these relapses where I keep losing my sleep, even with weed. Then the depression kicks in. I cry and cry all day. My manhood gets affected. Long story short, here I am again. Lost my sleep. On March 15th, I went 2 weeks awake all of a sudden. No hallucinations. I tried weed again, but I got too paranoid this time. The psychiatrist decided to diagnose me with schizoaffective. I have no family history of it, and I do not hallucinate or hear voices. I'm in Depakote, Zoloft, Klonopin, and now gabapentin to get off Klonopin. My sleep sucks. It's back to sleeping from 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. I don't know what to do. I hate psych meds, and I really feel misdiagnosed. My marriage and family are suffering because of this. I really hate insomnia. It brings on this crazy depression where I lose interest in everyone and everything. It's ruining me. All because of that little steroid injection 8 years ago. I'm pretty sure prednisone is ruining my life. For some context, I'm 23 years old, AFAB, about 5'3", and I'm guessing around 136 LABs. I started taking prednisone after an infection in my face from an abscessed tooth reappeared. I was on clindamycin originally, but I wasn't told to finish the entire bottle. Or if I was, I forgot. ADHD is a bitch. Anyway, when the infection came back, my BF took me to the ER, and the nurse there prescribed me more clindamycin, but this time with prednisone as well. I was a little iffy to take it as it's a steroid, and I have a history of abusing medications, mostly codeine in the past, but she assured me it's not addictive, and so I went home and started taking it every morning like I was told. I've only been on it for about a week, and I've noticed some drastic changes in myself. I'm irritable, hungry but never full. My limbs feel like lead, my brain is in a fog. I'm sleeping all throughout the day, and most recently, I've noticed that I feel like I'm not me. Like it feels like my brain has been hijacked and someone else is controlling the wheels. Meanwhile, I'm either in the back of my mind or floating above myself, watching all this happen and not able to do anything. I keep having suicidal ideations, which I've had in the past, but it's never felt like this before. I have a history of depression and suicidal ideation. I've never been to a doctor about it before, though. But this doesn't feel like a normal depressive episode for me, and it came out of nowhere. Yesterday, heck, a couple of days ago, I was totally fine. I was feeling so good. I was even brushing my teeth, which for me is something I struggle a lot with remembering. But now, I don't feel like anything is real. I don't feel like I'm real. It's like I died, and I'm just a zombie wandering around my apartment, just going through the motions. I don't think I'll take any actions towards taking my own life. I'm just so tired of this. This feeling of heaviness I've been feeling. I'm going to call a clinic tomorrow and see if they can help me. I hope I can get help. I worry about myself and my health if I can't. One of my best friends has been lifting for around 7 and 8 years, consistently I would say. Not every day, but at least 4 to 5 days a week. Back in August of 2020, he told me he was going to start a cycle. He acquired the typical 90-day basic starter cycle equipment. Believe he was doing 250 mgs of test a week for 30 days, then this is where he went wrong. After 30 days, he switched gyms due to him being kicked out of PF for fighting with employees, MFAO. Second month into this, decided to go the D-Bowl, test, trend route. Now remember, this is 1 month into this cycle. September of 2020, 250 mg of test a week, 200 million miles of tren, and not sure about the D-ball. Just came off this concoction 2 to 3 weeks ago. Wasn't acting right for a long time, so I tried telling him to stop, but clearly wasn't going to anytime soon. By the way, I should add, this was not a reliable source for this type of stuff at all. Very sketchy all around. About a month ago, he sent me a snap of him running to the city, which is legitimately 25 miles from where he lives. 3-4 a.m. Just running, no water, no music, just running. And for him, this is not a normal thing. He reached out to me today and told me about his experience. From September 2020 to May 2021, he was blasting Chinese-made bathtub tren. And I'm not even kidding about that. Claims he didn't sleep for 4 days after pinning. Wouldn't do anything but lift and run when he wasn't working. He claims that the dreams he had during this cycle were so bad that it gave him PTSD. He went into detail about the dreams he had when he did sleep, and they are not suitable for work. Another claim he has is that when he was driving, he would hear things, see things, would hear voices talking to him. Going off the deep end head first, he would occasionally call me and just start rambling about things I've never heard him say, then just hang up. And it would always be at odd hours, when most of us are asleep. He's okay now from my understanding, but during this cycle, he gained 47 pounds and now has lost pretty much everything weight-wise in 20 or so days since he stopped. Strength is still there to an extent, but definitely not where it was.